I'd like to welcome everybody who tuned in to another edition of Treasures. Today's treasure is number 176, and the title is Jesus' Spirit. We're going to talk about something very, very important today. Question: what happened to Jesus' Spirit when he died on the cross? When he said these words in John chapter 19, verse 30, New King James Version. All the scriptures will be out of the New King James Version. So when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And bowing his head, he gave up his spirit. Now we read in 1 Peter chapter 3, 18 and 19, "For Christ also suffered once for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but made alive by the Spirit, by whom also he went and preached to the spirits in prison." Now we're going to find out where that prison was. What's that about? If you study the Bible, you know Jesus' spirit descended to the lower parts of the earth. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 9. Now this, he ascended. What does it mean? But that he also first descended into the lower parts of the earth. The Greeks designated the world of departed spirits as Hades. Hades. This area was located deep under the earth and held two compartments. This is very important. Stay with me. This is very important. I don't want you to miss this. This area was located deep under the earth and held two compartments. One compartment was called Tartarus and was reserved for evil fallen angels, and listen to this, and for the most wicked people. The other, an upper compartment identified by Jesus as Abraham's bosom, was designed for those spirits who were righteous. See Luke chapter 16. Tartarus is the Greek word for hell, mentioned in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if God did not spare the angels who sinned and cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved for judgment. Think about what I just said. When referring to the fallen angels who sinned with women and produced the giants known as Nephilim prior to the flood of Noah. See Genesis chapter 6, 1 through 6. Some teachers erroneously suggest Jesus preached to the wicked angels in Tartarus. However, the spirits of righteous souls were in the upper chamber, Abraham's bosom, and they would be the spirits in this underground prison to which Peter refers. Did everybody get what I just said? Let me read it again. Some teachers erroneously suggest Jesus preached to the wicked angels in Tartarus. However, the spirits of righteous souls were in the upper chamber, known as Abraham's bosom, and they would be the spirits in this underground prison to which Peter refers. These were brought out of this prison at Christ's resurrection and are now in the heavenly paradise. In other words, heaven is in paradise. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 2 reads this way: I know a man in Christ who 14 years ago, whether in the body I do not know, or whether out of the body I do not know, God knows. Such a one was caught up to the third heaven. The third heaven is where God's heavenly temple is, and that's where we'll go someday, the third heaven. In closing, my research was taken from the Perry Stone's New Testament Study Bible. Just as Noah's obedience saved him from the flood, Believers today are baptized in water as a seal of their obedience and covenant with God. I hope you enjoyed this treasure. It is a vast amount of knowledge. And until we meet again, may the Lord bless you and keep you in 2025.